Hello everybody to my fabric book tutorial. Some time ago I showed you my little jeans notebook, which I made from an old shirt. And this shirt had the locker loop on the back side, and I used this little loop to close my book. Many of you asked me how I did this little book, so unfortunately I had no old shirt left, so I used new fabric to show you how I used to do this little fabric book. I used these three notebooks from Beatrice Garnier, and here's my fabric. It's a thin cotton fabric, and I use a normal white copy paper. At first I glue my copy paper to the fabric to get more stability. I use my bookbinding glue to cover the paper. I leave some space on the edges just to hold the paper down with my fingers. It's larger than I actually needed, so I will, when it's dry, I will cut the edges down to the size I really need to cover the book. So here we are. You see the three pieces I made out of cardstock. It's 2 millimeters thick, and now I cut my fabric piece into the right size, so I have it straight. And I lay down my pieces and look how it goes. I mark a straight line on the bottom where I can align my pieces around 1.5 centimeters from the edge. I mark the middle of the paper . And here too. And I begin to glue down the middle part of the book. And one of these sides. The distance between these two pieces are 4 millimeters, so that I can close and open the book easily. So I flip it over and just pull with my hands and see how if it's smooth and there are no wrinkles in it. And the next one. Again, the check for 4 millimeters. I love to use my hands to do these things, or I use this tool to make it really smooth and even. I cut away all 4 edges. doing the long sides first, and really push into this gap. And really be careful with the glue so it doesn't get on the fabric. When it's dry, it's maybe a little bit hard and you can see the rest of the glue. So I'm very careful to not to spill too much. And the other side too. Press it down, remove the excess of the glue, and with my fingernails I just go around the edge. So this side is ready and it can close and open. I made the other side exactly the same way. Be sure to push into these gaps that the fabric can get contact with the outside. Now I make the short edges. So here are the edges from my book. It can close and open and it looks really nice. Here is my paper for the inside. It's just a thin design paper, and I mark how big it should be to cover the inside. So I take the glue on the back side of this paper and I glue it everywhere, so at least I need to take my fingers dirty. And now I take them, flip them over and position it onto the book. I just lay it down slightly and begin to adhere the paper in the middle, because I want to first push the paper into the gap. So here it is. It needs to dry at least for some hours. In between we can do this little fabric bow, so you need different sizes of little stripes of the fabric and the paper, maybe the leftovers you have left from the cutting, and you just fold over the pieces, the sides together and form a little bow. This is a shorter one. It goes right on top of the large one. And I have a little piece which wraps around in the middle of the bow. Here it is, ready. Well, now it's finished. It dried for at least 4 hours. And we can finish the book now. I decided to put a yellow button on it and marked 2 points where I need to do some holes to sew the button on. It's thicker twine I use, so it's more stable. For these little notebooks, I also marked 3 points for the eyelets, 1 in the middle and 3 on the bottom. And I will do now the holes to insert the eyelets. Here are my silver eyelets. I love to use my crocodile, it's really easy with this tool. So, and again the middle one. The middle one is for the elastic band I use for the closure of the book. It's a thick yellow elastic band. It's more or less yellow neon elastic band. I try how long it should be and tie a knot. And when it's long enough, I will. Yeah, it's ready now. For these twine to adhere the books, you can wrap around 3 or 4 times around your book to have the correct size for your twine. So it goes from the inside to the outside, and on the outside you have just these little you don't see the twine from the outside, just a little bit on top and on the bottom. So we have 3 lines. The one in the middle is doubled. So here we are, we can insert these little books. So ready for the decoration. I decided to have to use this fabric bow we did together, and a little button and a title that says notes. It's in German and it's called Notizen. I used my hot glue gun to glue down the fabric bow and this little button and the normal liquid glue for this title. You can use other decoration if you like. It's just an idea for me because this little title was a leftover from my last project. So I hope you had fun doing this with me, watching me doing this little book, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you need any information, have a look at the text box below.